You're watching Dukascopy TV. I'm Elaine Stenson, and today I'm joined in studio by Jean-Francois Alversac, Director with Management Joint Trust. Jean-Francois, you're very welcome.
Hi Elaine, thanks for having me back.
No problem. So we're going to start today by taking a look at a mosaic of the weekly charts.
Exactly. Well, we're back on our Dukascopy directory. We're into the dollar rates, and we're going to go into them. Put the weekly mosaic up on the screen. And basically, it's been a very exciting and unexciting week last week. We had the tampering discussion on and off with the Fed. We've had a good surprise on Thursday on ADP, a bad surprise on Friday on the unemployment figures. And basically, it kind of is the same situation over the long-term charts. If you look at the euro-dollar here, it's been very flat since the beginning of the year. Dollar Swiss has been very, very flat over the last year and a half. And I'm going to give a bit of a break to Euro bulls this week, as it's very hard to be negative over the short term. But there's a lot of mitigating factors which make us believe that the dollar still has its chance, and that you should follow the short-term trends on euro-dollar, but should be aware of all these mitigating factors. The first one is that if you look at the weekly euro-dollar chart, and we're going to quickly have it on the screen, you can see that although it is a bull, and it doesn't have a target. A bull means that the envelopes are heading up, but the fact that it doesn't have a target means that between the two algorithms that we have, the one for trend, the one for the targets, there is a contradiction. And so it basically tells us that we're in very much a sideways movement on euro-dollar over the long term. On the shorter term, on the dailies and on the hourlies, we're heading up. It's a very early stage bull market on the dailies. And on the hourlies, it has been quite a strong move over the last few weeks, but it's slowly coming to the end of its potential. We would recommend to ride this move out, but we are not convinced it could go much higher at this stage. Okay. Why? And let's focus back on the mosaic. Well, first of all, most of the other dollar pairs are in an uptrend for the dollar. If you look at the Aussie dollar, it's heading down against the dollar. If you look at the pound, it's still heading down against the dollar. New Zealand dollar has recently turned. And you look at dollar yen, and it's still quite aggressively up in favor of the dollar. Now, if we focus on the more shorter term over the next few months, the situation is pretty much the same.
So these are the dailies? These
are the dailies, exactly.
Great.
And so you can see here that euro-dollar is heading up, and in initial stages of what could be an uptrend. But cable is only in a correction up, and most interestingly, the Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar have started to head down again. And this contradiction doesn't last forever. And so in that respect, we fear that the fact that these two currency pairs are being weak against the dollar again might turn the euro-dollar down again. Dollar Swiss, same situation as euro-dollar, but if you look at US dollar yen, the correction here has been very, very flattish for now, and that's usually a sign of strength and would confirm our long-term view that dollar yen still has some way to go in this move up over the longer term. That means over the next couple of quarters, and we do have a target in the direction of 110. Now, it has also turned up on the hourly charts. It would really need to make it above these corrective targets, which are around, and I will check exactly, about 141 to accelerate. So basically, for now, we're still positive short term on the euro, but the move is getting pretty much exhausted, and there's a lot of mitigating factors which make us unable to call a breakout of the euro to the upside.
What are these factors?
Well, basically, as said, the fact that the other currencies on the weeklies are mostly heading in the other direction, the fact that Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar have seen renewed weakness, the fact that dollar yen has really not corrected very much and is still in a long-term uptrend, and maybe we're going to switch to the hourly mosaic. We're pretty much getting towards a point of exhaustion in this short-term trend since the beginning of July. And as you see, at least the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar have started to head down quite aggressively.
Okay.
And if you look at the risk index here on euro dollar, you're also at stress, you're in the overbought zone, and you have both our envelopes touching each other. So basically, if you're a euro bull, you could ride this trend out as long as you stay positive on hourly charts. But there's more and more clouds accumulating around it, and so we'd be quite careful at this stage.
Okay, so not a lot of change.
Not a lot of change, just maybe a last word on gold.
Yes.
And if we look at gold here,
gold was up and then down again last week.
Exactly. Well, you're in a long-term downtrend for us, which was initiated in an impulsive move down when it broke the 1500 earlier this year. We have targets down to the low 1000 level towards the end of the year. The dailies are still heading quite aggressively down. We had quite a point of stress here at the end of June, hence a correction up, but it hasn't been really strong enough to create anything meaningful. So we would still be in a downtrend on the dailies. And the hourlies, which had been correcting up, and have turned around last week. For the time being, it's only a correction, so it's not too impeding. But if we were to make it below 1265 again, we would reinitiate the downtrend. Okay. And given the correlation, which is often given between euro dollar and gold, in this respect, that'd be another negative sign on the euro.
Okay, so things aren't looking good for gold at the moment?
They're not looking tremendously bad yet, but watch out for the 1265 because that would be a downtrend. It would confirm the daily and the weekly trend. So
that's it for now. Okay, thank you very much, Jean-Francois. And we're going to leave it there for now, but do check back later for more updates and interviews from the Dukascopy TV team. Bye for now.